Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
So you just spilled some wine or what?
Man, I walked into my office. It was dark. I set my glass of wine down, spilled it all over the floor, all over the white rug, red wine.
Oh no!
My God!
Oh no! Oh
you
no!
know, you never feel dumber than when you do that. You know.
Yeah. Well, there's some other things you can feel dumb doing. Believe me, I got the market cornered on that. So I didn't want to admit this, but I guess yesterday I'm home for most of the day because my girlfriend's got a business and she's hardly home. Okay, you know what it's like to be an entrepreneur and you're not home, right? So just me and the dog, and I got the dog outside and I'm shooting a video about all these golf balls in my backyard. And fuck, John, I never shut the back door, like it was open a smidge. So, so Crescinda comes home. I pour her like a rum and Coke, and I got her supper I made, and she's loving me until I come down to tape an interview in my studio. She's like, "Why are there bugs everywhere?" And I told her, I told her, I don't know how they're getting. Well, they had to get in somehow. I said, I don't know. Maybe there's a crack in the door. But honestly, I left the door open. Fuck. So we put this apple cider or whatever in a cup. You should have, and they just attracted to it, man.
All the mosquitoes.
Yeah, they all drowned. Dead.
Really?
Yeah, cool. Anyway, so dumb. I'm dumb, bro. So before we get into playing the Labor Day Classic, you went to Labor Day Classics. Do you have any as a fan that you remember, or is that too long ago?
No, I remember the one I remember the most for me. I don't remember the year. It must have been. Oh man, it was before I was playing, so it must have been late '90s, early 2000s. We as a Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan, we were down to nothing. We had the starting quarterback, I believe, was Rocky Butler.
Yep.
Do you remember this game?
Yes, Rocky Butler, yes.
He was a third-string quarterback. No one even heard of him. He's starting the Labor Day Classic. We have no shot, and he comes in and just plays the absolute game of his life. Saskatchewan Rough Riders win, and it was. I remember being in the stands that game, just being. I mean, I think I went to my first Labor Day Classic in '85, but I think that game with Rocky Butler winning the game out of nowhere. I don't think I heard anything from him ever since that. I never heard anything from him before that. But it was his day in the sun.
We've had some wacky things here, like the Bombers came in. Remember with was it Swaggerville? They came in with Odell Willis and Swaggerville.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't think you were on the team. You were already gone to Green Bay, but they were the great team, and the Riders had Ken Miller had just replaced Greg Marshall as the coach, and they didn't have any wins. And I say we because I was following the team then. Riders won the game, and then they went to Winnipeg and won the next week. Everybody thought, we're going to turn this thing around, which they didn't. But Bob Cameron told me his very first punt went backwards in a Labor Day Classic.
I think Bob told me about that one too. Yeah, I had a whole story about like a -7-yard punt or something like that.
He said, I hammered this sucker. I thought it was. All of a sudden he goes, I'm watching this thing and it's like right behind him. He's like, holy cow, I could recover my own punt and I didn't even have to run down the field. That's pretty funny.
Especially in that the old Mosaic Stadium, the old Taylor Field, when that wind just went right down the middle. It was right in your face. It was right in your back, and it was just it could do weird things to you.
So Nick Dembski's told me before, he thinks the Winnipeg, actually, he told me this, but then he reiterated it to my son today as they were talking about the Labor Day Classic. He thinks Bomber fans are harder on the road team than Rider fans are harder on the Bombers, like Labor Day Classic versus Banjo Bowl. Would you agree with that? Like Bomber fans are cruder.
I'm one of the few people who played for both sides. I played for Winnipeg.
He did too.
Yeah, he did too. I played it for Winnipeg in 2004 and 2005, and then I came back in 2019, 2021. 15-year gap between those two games. That's a tough call. That's a tough call. Because you always have the Labor Day Classic. Thanks to Troy Westwood, the Banjo Bowl.
Yeah,
and those games go back and forth. It's tough. It's tough being the road team in either one of those situations. And I think that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think that, my first game in 2004, coming back to Saskatchewan for the first time or the second time and playing the Labor Day Classic, it was one of the highlights of my whole career. And I think that the Saskatchewan fans took it easy on me a little bit, being the hometown boy. So I don't think I heard it quite as bad as some of the other guys on that sideline.
Were you with the Bombers then when they took the bus in? Like, did you take the bus in?
When I played, we flew in and took the bus back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we,
Go ahead.
which was phenomenal because we loaded up on beer and we played poker all the way back for 6 hours. I loved it. I was like, let's take the bus all the time. I'm going to take all these guys' money, get drunk on beer. Let's do it every time.
That is hilarious. So like my kid's going through it for the first time. Tanner Schmeckel, I can't remember if Schmeckel, the Regina kid, played. Like I know he's been on the Bombers before. I don't know if he played in the Labor Day Classic, but I know for sure it's my son's. You know, after growing up a Rider fan, now he's a Blue Bomber. We talked about it on my last episode of the Ballsy Uncut. What were your emotions like coming back, playing in the Labor Day Classic after being a Rider season ticket holder, being a fan, and now you're on the hated Winnipeg Blue Bombers?
It was those 4 games that I played in the Labor Day Classic were 2 of the most memorable games I've ever had in my entire life. Out of 19 years, 270, whatever it was, 300 and some games of pro football. But it just that weekend means so much to everybody on the prairies. And coming back in 2004, I remember just the first time again I was that nervous for a football game. Being 22 years old, coming back into my hometown, playing in this game, and we happened to win that game, and just remember being one of the coolest experiences of my life doing that. But coming back in 2019, now coming back on Saskatchewan, we had one of my best football experiences of my entire life. Brett Lawther and I, we were getting ready for the game leading up to that week. And Brett comes up to me on Friday, and he goes, you know what? I've always wanted to kick a winning field goal on the north end and run into Pill Country, a walk-off field goal. I go, we're doing it. We're doing it Sunday, buddy. He goes, okay, we'll talk or whatever. And the game comes down to it. We're down by, I can't remember if we're down by a point or 2 points or it's tied or whatever. We're going down the field. I go to the kicking net. I don't usually talk to Brett or to my kickers during the game-winning drive. And I go, Brett. And I think he's talked about it as well. I go, Brett, Pill Country, buddy. He goes, yep. We go out. He hits the field goal to win the game. And we just sprinted towards Pill Country. We jumped up. It was one of my best memories of my entire 19 years of football. We jumped into Pill Country, and it was just an absolute party. And it was one of the coolest experiences of my entire pro football career.
I can't think of, honest to gosh, like because this stadium at Mosaic is, and this is going to be a record crowd. They added more standing room, so it's going to be a record crowd for this game.
Amazing.
I can't remember. Like this stadium needs a few more character things. Like Deron Carter's backhanded catch was one that stands out. Okay, to me, Cody Fajardo going the other way hits the crossbar. If they catch it, the Riders are in the Grey Cup, and maybe the Bombers don't. Right, that's one.
That one hurt.
Yeah, that did hurt. You were on the team, and then your signature run into Pill Country. Those would be the top of mind for me. The top 3. Of course, Grey Cup was played here, but it was the Bombers and Argos, and I wasn't a Bomber fan then. So that would be. We need. I feel like it's the 60th Labor Day Classic. We need a character, something else to go right.
Need a signature moment, and it was what meant so much to me was to be able to play for the Riders for that first time in that Labor Day Classic and going to the game since 1985. When I was 3 years old, and to be able to have that signature moment, and Brett and I just running to Pill Country, people throwing beer on us, and it just being one of the coolest moments of my entire career. I think that was kind of a signature moment in all of Labor Day Classic history. I was watching some today. I was, Ray Elgaard's touchdown, Jeff Fairholm's touchdown, some of the Ken Austin throws, and then, as I said earlier, the Rocky Butler. There's just been so many unbelievably great, memorable moments on Labor Day that it's always special, and I can't wait till Sunday.
Yeah, no kidding. It gets the goosebumps going here for sure. And I thought it's interesting. Your dad got to see you play a game for the Green Bay Packers. That was the only NFL game he got to see. He would have watched you in the 2004 Labor Day game here, right? He would have been at that game, right?
He was there. Yeah, he was there.
Yeah. So I just wonder that like I don't want to put a damper on it, but it would have been cool had your dad see you in a Rider uniform playing in the Labor Day Classic. That's the only probably because I'll be honest, my son is playing in this, and both of my parents are in wheelchairs, and my dad is not doing very good, and he probably won't be at the game. So it's kind of with mixed emotions. So I just automatically thought he popped into my head like that's probably the one dent in the whole day is that your dad wasn't there to see that cool moment.
Yeah, I lost my dad when I was 24 years old, and there's so many great moments that I feel like he missed. And it's funny, I was actually thinking back today about my very first pro football game, preseason game in I've talked to you about this before. My very first preseason game, and somehow I hit 6 of 7 field goals. I had like a 54-yard average. After the game, Dave Ritchie he said, I've never given a game ball before in a preseason game. I'm going to give it to Jon Ryan, which is really, really cool. My first ever game. And I gave it to my dad after the game, which was, emotional.
I know. It tugs at the heart. Well, that tugs at the heartstrings. Like I'm looking at my dad in a hospital bed today, and I'm thinking like, I'm trying to sneak him out for a quarter, but the thing I don't want is to him get heat stroke and have a heart event. Like Ethan Bull's grandpa has a heart attack at the Labor Day Classic. Like I don't need that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those you want it to be there.
But exactly. But it's limited moments like this that you think back on, and maybe your dad's going to be able to watch that game from the hospital.
Yeah, he will for sure.
And it'll be such a great memory. Because this is such a big deal for the people here in Saskatchewan and Manitoba that it's going to be cool. So I mean,
it really is cool too. Go ahead, sorry, John.
No, because I feel like I'm getting emotional here because it was such a big deal for my family, and to have my dad watch me in the 2004 game, and now I know I know your dad's not doing great right now.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to watch Ethan come Sunday is going to be really special.
Yeah, it is special. And you know what makes it cool is, okay, so this is my favorite time of year, bro, because we got the CFL in full flight. I'm calling junior football on Access. Mm-hmm. The Rams start this weekend, our alma mater. We got U.S. college football, and then the NFL the following week. But it's apropos that this weekend, like this game here, this feels like a college game right here. This Winnipeg, 100%. Saskatchewan. Yeah.
It's like unlike any environment that I had ever been in before. Going into that game, I played the U of R, and that was amazing. But going into that game, and I remember being on the wrong side, if you will, being on the Winnipeg side, and us winning the game, and all the fans from Winnipeg storming the field in Saskatchewan. And I just remember being like, this is what it's all about. This is why I play football, to have this opportunity and have this situation, and it's one of the greatest memories I've ever had in football, and I can't wait for this weekend because I want Ethan to have those same memories.
Yeah, and he's pretty pumped for it. It's going to be strange for me, man. I did not have wearing blue and gold at a Labor Day Classic on my life bingo card, but that just shows
it was not on your bingo card, I'm sure. Yeah,
no, for sure. Hey, speaking of your buddy Brett Lothar, You obviously talked to him lots. You said that before.
Yeah.
Do you go through this with him, like even from afar? Like he lines up for the field goal in Calgary, 28 yards. He misses it. Mm-hmm. And then there's about 4.5 minutes to go. They're down by 17. They have the ball at the 43-yard line of Calgary. It's 3rd down and 5. And normally you'd trot out Brett Lothar in kind of a semi-winless game to kick a 50-yard field goal. But right there, you could tell coach is like, we're going to go for it because I just don't know. It's not talent. The kid's got talent galore. The kid can still kick for another 5 years, but it's between his ears. But I think we also forget, John, that these are people, and I'm getting more of it now that my son's in the game, and after the last Winnipeg game, and hey, I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of it too in the past, okay? It's different when you got flesh in the game. But my son's roommate, Joey Corcoran, receiver for the Bombers, he's getting shredded online by some media and by fans, and why do we got this guy, and he's not a starter, and all the... He's played 10 professional football games. He's in Montreal, one of the toughest places to play. I'm talking Corcoran here. And he's got to come on and replace Nick fucking Dembski. Like, it doesn't... I'll tell you one thing. Nick Dembski's a stud, but he wasn't Nick Dembski when he first started. You know what I mean? So back to Lothar for a second. His wife is pregnant. They're going to have a baby. I think we forget that there's other things going on with this dude that, I don't want to give him an excuse, but let's face it, these are people too.
That's the thing is like sometimes people forget is like these guys are going through a lot, sometimes off the field. Yeah. And the thing is, a guy like Brett Lothar, he'll never use that as an excuse. Yeah. Brett Lothar is one of the most talented players in this league, one of the most talented kickers in this league. Do I believe he's going to bounce back? 100%. Okay? Mm-hmm. He's gone through it the first 10 games. He's played well below what he believes is his standard.
Yep.
We can say that.
100%.
And if I'm a betting man, I am betting the farm on Brett Lothar for the last 8 games. I'll tell you that.
Let me ask.
I'll tell you that.
Let me ask you this though: Would you sit him down though? You got Campbell Fair, you've signed him. Would you sit him down? His wife. I don't know exactly when his wife's due, but she's due pretty soon. And would you sit him down for a game or two just to recalibrate, just to get? Sometimes the backup goalie has to go in for a couple of games. Sure. Sometimes the backup quarterback has to go in. It's not a shot at him, but hey, man, sit this one out, take a couple games off, and then come back. We still believe in you. We paid you your money. Like, it would be foolish to cut him. You've paid him his cash.
Sure. No, I would not. When I look at it, I think this kid Fair, I think he's a great kicker. Yeah. He came up through the Canadian college system, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
I think he has the ability to be a good kicker in this league. Can he carry Brett's jockstrap right now? Probably not. Mm-hmm. Okay? Would I sit down Brett to play fair? Not in a million years. Not in a million freaking years would I do that. And that's not a slight to Fair. Okay. I think the kid's going to be really good.
Okay.
Brett Lothar is a generational player, in my opinion. He's going to be thought of back when we talk about this in 20 years. When you and I are on here in 20 years, you'll have absolutely no hair. I'll still have a little bit because I pay a lot for it.
Probably won't have teeth anymore.
Yeah, that's right. I pay a lot for my teeth too. These are all fake. The hair's all fake. The teeth.
I told you. I'm going to Turkey. I'm catching up to you, bro. I'm going to do it.
I'll be in the seat behind. I'll probably be on the seat in front of you.
But, probably.
But Brett Lothar is a phenomenal player. He's going through it right now. Yeah. Let's let him work his way through it because it's not costing the team right now. Yeah. If he had missed 3 game-winning kicks, it's just different for a kicker. We would be talking about this different. Brett Lothar is going to be a huge impact to this team through the last 8 games if they stick with him, and I think they will. I pray that they will. I will talk to Ken. I'll talk to Corey Mace. I'll talk to anyone who will listen to me. Stick with this guy. I promise you it will pay dividends.
Well, I'm sure they're going to. Okay, so prediction time. I'm biased.
Oh, man.
I'm biased, but I'm predicting that after the next 2 weeks, Edmonton and Calgary will split. Saskatchewan will lose both to Winnipeg, and it will be Calgary first because they won the season series with Winnipeg, and Saskatchewan 8-4, 8-4, and 8-4. After the Banjo Bowl, the Bombers will be in second place, the Riders will be in third place, and everybody will be able to be preparing to jump off the Albert Street Bridge into Wascana Lake.
Well, here's what I'm talking about right now. So that could happen. And that's why I wanted to tell everyone 3 weeks ago, should we fire Mike O'Shea? Shut the fuck up. Winnipeg is 6-4 right now, and they're just doing what Winnipeg does. They're just going like this. Going like this. We lose, we don't dip down. We win, we don't go into the freaking mountain. We just keep on going. Okay? And literally, in 10 days from now, they could be in first place.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is very possible.
So this is my prediction. What's your prediction?
I know. I think it's going to be a split. Yeah. I think the Riders win at home on Sunday, and they lose in Winnipeg. Going back to the Banjo Bowl, I'm telling you, I think we won in 2019 in a great game. We go back to the Banjo Bowl, and we got our ass kicked. Yeah. Like, when we go back there, it's a different story. It's a different story. And if you can keep it close on Labor Day, you're probably going to get your ass kicked in Winnipeg on the Banjo Bowl 6 days later. So I think coming out of here, the Riders are going to be 9-3. and Winnipeg's going to be 7-5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting time. I can't wait, man. It's going to be real interesting. I'll snap some pictures and
hey, please send them all to me.
I'll snap.
It.
Your family go to the game?
Yeah, they'll be there on Sunday. Absolutely.
Good. I saw your mom at Pete Pasco's funeral. Boy, she doesn't age. Yeah. Your mom does not age.
Right? She looks great. She
doesn't she look great? She looks great. You got her hair.
70 years old.
You got her hair.
Yeah, thank God. Got her hair.
Yeah,
I think this was a lot of science involved in this hair. A lot of prescription drugs to keep this going on up here. Yeah. She does not have those prescription drugs because she's just natural.
I'll ask you this question and then we'll let you go. So I got 3 things to get done. I got to get I'll take my glass off. You see my eyes like they're caving in here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to go either to Turkey to get my eyes done. I don't have a former NFL player's paycheck / sports mogul now. So I either got to go do this. I got great teeth. Never had a cavity in my life, but I grind the shit out of them.
God bless you.
So I either got to do this, or go get hair. So if you were picking, John, on the whole draft, Ballsy's draft look here, do I go, is this a first pick, second pick, third pick, or first, second, third, or first, second, third?
Well, your hair is the last pick because Ballsy, you've been kind of going bald for a long time.
Yeah,
since I've known you. I've known you for freaking 25 years now.
Yeah, that's true.
25 years now.
Yeah,
you've never had a great hairline.
No.
Okay? So I think that if you come back from Turkey with a new hairline, you're gonna look weird. Okay?
I will.
So I want you to go get your eyes done first.
Okay. And that's what I thought too.
I think your teeth are second because your teeth look great.
Yeah.
What's the problem with your teeth? Can you grind them?
I grind them. They're really small. Like they're good, but they're small. See,
these
look at yours.
That's
what I want.
See, these are all fake.
You know what a rip-off? You know what a rip-off in Canada is? I'll tell you what a rip-off in Canada is.
Go ahead.
To do 12 crowns on the top and 12 crowns on the bottom, it's 30 G's. I can fly to Turkey for a week in a 5-star resort. They give me transportation to and from. I'm getting there with air miles, and I can get the same thing done for $7,000 Canadian.
Yep.
How is that? With a hotel.
With a nice little trip. So here at Ballsy. So I was in Seattle, and I go, before I get married, I want to have a nice grill. Because I had some, some fucked up teeth there.
A little bit
not
funky.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And so I go to a doctor in Seattle, the best one there, does the entire thing. Should have been $30,000, free. Seahawk fan, all free.
Did you give him tickets or what?
I gave him an autographed helmet. He didn't ask for it though, but just all free. It's when you're poor, no one gives you anything. When you got a little bit of money, everyone gives you everything. You know what I mean?
100%. Like
so these are all. Look at this. Look at that.
That is unbelievable. How do I get rich so I can get free stuff?
Oh boy, I don't know. Ask your wife.
I will. And she gets more than me too. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Hey, John, thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, buddy. Love you.
Love you too.